Put your head on my.
First podcast.
Yes,
we got coffee now.
Yes.
Iced coffee.
Yes.
Go ahead and check it out on the website. We're going to have them on events that I go ahead and do pull-ups at.
Yes, yes.
They got the caramel apple one, the s'mores one.
S'mores iced coffee.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Ugh. We're at the Act Studio. And can I say Zach?
Yeah, Zach's cool, man.
Okay, I didn't know if you had like...
Nah, man, my name is Zachary. You know, the government name is Zachary. That's what my beautiful parents named me. But I go by Zach. I'm one of the owners here at Act Studio, along with my partner, my wife, my partner, crime, Bailey Murrell. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Space1906, and you can find us at Act Denver on Instagram. Again, that's ACT Denver, Act Denver for Act Studio.
Heck yeah. And the first time I was here, y'all had that Blue Hour.
Yeah, man.
Which was dope.
Yeah. Blue Hour is the...
that shit was cold.
I appreciate that, man. It's you know, I say I appreciate that. You know, I'm one of the, like I said, owner here, so I help facilitate it. But, you know, all credit goes to Nia Joy, you know, and my wife, you know, Bailey behind that. You know, Blue Hour is a literary society where Nia is... I don't even want to box her in and just say a host, man. She is multifaceted, where she can come in and command that room, bring that crowd in, and have real intention behind it. Because anybody can throw an event. And I think that's what separates Blue Hour from other events in that arena. It's just that you get that real family tribe vibe, and it can be one night you can feel like you're in a concert, one night you can feel like you're in just a straight poetry night, and then it just turns into possibly a therapy session, man, where people do some real healing. So that's Blue cool. Hour is one of our very, very true and near and dear signature events.
That's cool. And y'all separate the poets from the music too.
Yeah.
So I get all the poets to give you that energy where in the beginning of the night you start feeling the artist, and then you want to go up there and perform a song.
Yeah.
You go ahead and get lit for the night.
There it is.
Because at the end of the night, that's when the people start, you know, their energy go down. And then it's like, nah, you ain't going down. We got music now. Come on, get up.
Yeah. And you being modest, man, you've came through and blessed the scene a few times, man. I've seen you do it with your poetry. I've seen you doing it with the lyrics, and I've seen you actually just get up there and just start being you. So I want to give you your flowers too, man. The Eclipse, you know what I mean? Brother does his thing when he comes into space, so we appreciate you.
Hey man, I got no other choice but to be me.
For sure.
I tried being like other people, and that shit did not work out. The whole story in itself, and I was like, nah, we ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna do this.
Yeah, fair enough.
I definitely like this spot. Like this
Thank
is
you.
cool. The fact the Blue Hour and the art show that was here too.
Yeah, the Commune Art Gallery. My wife owns that. Yeah.
I can see that this place gets a lot of, and hell, y'all just be booking this out. Like you said, how many times a week?
You know, it just depends, man. You know, it just, you know, like some guys would say, like the street go, man. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. It just depends on the market, depends on the season. I would say we are a natural daylight studio. So, you know, when the sun is out, people really want to get in here to sort of get that natural daylight exposure. But again, man, you know, if that's not your cup of tea, if natural daylight isn't your repertoire when it comes to being a photographer behind the scenes, we can black the curtains out, use the lights that we have in here, utilize the space for what it is, and it's a blank canvas. And with it being a blank canvas, you can create whatever you want to create in our space.
It's a nice spot.
Thank you.
It's a nice investment.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Appreciate it. This is actually pretty good too.
Heck yeah. Shout out Rest the Mix Man.
Shout it out.
He done made some nice coffee. You get to taste the difference in the flavor. It's not too strong. Not too sweet. I took it out to the mountains, and this one dude was like, you should promote it as a sweet treat to coffee, to cafes and stuff.
For sure, man.
So, that's 100%.
I second that. Whoever gave me that advice. Sweet treat.
I was like, go ahead and have a sweet treat while you eat your Danish or your muffin, you know?
Right.
So type shit, you know?
For sure, man.
That's how I'm gonna market it.
There you go. If you don't want a Danish, we got one
right here. Might as well get one of these, you know? At shows, wait till I get the whipped cream, because I'm gonna have the alcohol in the whipped cream. So it just goes on top when they want it, and then it just like soaks into the coffee.
There
so
you
it'll
go.
be like a little alcohol in there, you know?
Yeah.
I got some ideas.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I'm gonna post this on the podcast so y'all know what is coming next.
Yes.
I know what to expect. You know what I mean? All right, so last time you was on here, you was talking about you was from Washington.
Yeah, man.
I really like it out there.
Yeah.
Because I went to the Chinatown out there.
Yeah,
and
Gallery Place, Chinatown. Yeah.
Had some food out there.
Okay.
Which was delicious. I went to the little Bay Area, and it was just nice sitting by there, hearing the waves and stuff.
Yeah, went down the wharf. Yeah, for sure.
And I tried the weed out there. Okay. Which was good.
Okay. All right.
Like, it was bomb. So, what made you want to move from Washington out here?
Yeah, man. So, Washington, D.C., it was just wanted to change, dude. Just put myself in a space of vulnerability. Yeah. And Colorado didn't seem like a too bad place, and I wasn't wrong, So, I initially got out here first, and then my wife, when she finished up her school, and she came out here about, roughly a year after me, man. And I like Colorado. I think the biggest culture shock for me, you visited my hometown. You're from Colorado. Yeah. So you can see the difference there where, not necessarily like, you get this false narrative of like, oh, blacks aren't in Colorado. I think that's 100% false.
That's false. Yeah.
But I think that when you go to Washington, D.C., you like, yeah, blacks are here. Black progressives are here. Black, whatever you name it, we're here. You know what I mean?
You can taste, you can see it.
You can see it. You know what I mean? It's not like you got to go and find it. And I think that was probably the biggest, I would say, culture shock for me, or biggest way to conform when it came to coming to Colorado was more so, I have to know how to go and where to go to find my tribe and find my people. Because I've come across,
I see that.
All plethoras of people out here. You know what I mean?
I see that.
Yeah.
Because you can't catch, you'll catch more, you'll catch them here, but you won't catch them in this area, and you'll catch them in this building, but you won't see none in this building. And
I'm moving my apartment. I'm the only one on the floor. I was like, damn, I'm the only black dude on the third floor, huh? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just was a shock too.
It was a shock, man.
Was it hard, like, adjusting?
I wouldn't say it was hard adjusting, man. I went to school in the South. So I went to school in Murfreesboro, North Carolina. Shout out Chowan University. That's my illustrious alumni. Okay. I met my wife there. You know what I mean? So I'll forever be indebted to that little town because I met my queen in that space, man. But it was I've experienced that level of culture shock there, but it still wasn't on the magnitude of coming to Colorado. So it was half and half in that town. You know what I mean? I had black professors and things of that nature at college. But again, moving to Colorado, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't that much of a navigation, but it was more so me having to do the work to put myself in a space of comfortability. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that. I guess that was needed.
Yeah.
That does make you better.
Yeah.
I had to do that myself.
Fair enough.
That's just hard. No lie.
Yeah.
That's just hard trying to make yourself comfortable in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
Help with cold showers though.
True. Cold showers,
that helped a lot.
Helps the nervous system too.
It does.
Yeah.
So if somebody ever get nervous, anxiety, take a cold shower.
Yeah.
You're gonna see how that changes. So I'm gonna ask you the main question.
Okay.
That I ask all creators that I put on here. But first, shout out where we're at, who you are, and what you do here.
Yeah, man. I'm Zach Green. I'm one of the co-owners here at Act Studio, along with my partner Bailey Murrell. And I am more so the director of operations here in the space. So anytime you reach out and you want a curated event that I would say have a level of expertise in, I'm the one behind the scenes that sort of help you navigate in one, what do you want within the space, or what do you need while you're in the space? So director of operations on that front. That's not to say that that's the only thing that I do here, but that's primarily my role in regards to Act Studio.
Good. So the main question I ask everybody is, what's your morning routine?
Oh man, what's my morning routine? I think, I don't have any children right now. My wife and I don't have any children. I'm a fur baby. I have fur babies, man. So my morning routine, I wake up, not to get too graphic, release myself, use the restroom. But again, man, I take care of my fur baby, man. Take him on this nice little walk, and he gets his exercise.
I see him on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm an advocate for, a lot of people have pets and they think their animals don't need exercise as well. So I make sure my animal gets his exercise. So after he gets his exercise, man, he comes in and he gets fed his nice freeze-dried raw food. So I feed him a raw food diet, man. So Chop could be getting herring, salmon, lamb, duck. It depends on the name of the game or what the money was brought in that month or what treat he's getting. But we make sure that he's taken care of because he's protecting us and taking care of us when we're there and when we're not there. So he's protecting the castle, man. So after taking care of the dog, man, you know, I go out there and I face society. And before I leave the house, you got to wake the wife up, tell her you love her, tell her I'll be back. You have a good day. Because you never know, man. I think the biggest thing we all take for granted is making it back home. So I think before I leave the house, I take care of my most prized possessions or prized people. That is, you know, my wife, my dog. And then before I go out there, man, I go and get it. Most days when I leave, I'll go to the gym right out. I get out of the house. So after making sure he gets his exercise, I'll go and make sure I get mine.
That's cool. And that is true. Yeah. We do take advantage about making it back home.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that leave the house and don't make it home.
Yeah. Yes. It isn't talked about as much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's why making sure you say I love you and goodbye to the people when you leave.
Yeah.
Make sure you say that.
I like to say I see you later, though. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, goodbye could be the end of a chapter.
That's true.
For sure.
See you later is a lot better.
Yeah.
Than my brother, I'll say you're. That's how we say goodbye. We're like, you're. All right, peace. That's it. We put all that goodbye, I love you in one word, and that's you're.
That's the love language, though.
That's it.
You guys understand that. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. What was the struggle coming up with the Act Studio?
I don't want to say struggle. I don't, because I think struggle sort of has this negative, you know, idea behind it. Okay. I think that there's beauty in the struggle, right? So I think that we've hit a few roadblocks along the way to get to the space that we're in right now. I think probably the biggest, if you want to say struggle, was us coming to a common ground of a location, right? Because most people would always be like, oh man, why y'all choose Centennial? Or why you choose Greenwood Village? Or most people will be like, I love that you chose Centennial. Or I love that you chose Greenwood Village, man, you know. So, and I say that because, you know, most of the creative spaces are in, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, but most of the creative spaces are in Denver. Denver has a lot of creative spaces, a lot of creative hubs. But we wanted to not join an oversaturated market. We wanted to make sure that, one, the safety was one of the biggest things for our patrons. And again, the location is not a bad location. And I think that where we are, it's a very thriving area, Centennial, Colorado being the city and state.
No, you ain't got to worry about parking.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about parking, man. You know, other factors that you may run into in a major city like Denver, it's not an existing issue here right now. So it was more of, like I said, finding that common ground of like, we're going to go to Cherry Creek, we're going to go to Centennial, we're going to go to Denver, we're going to go to Aurora. And we just came up with this space. And it's a beautiful location. So I think that was probably what I would consider the biggest struggle for us. But outside of that, man, you know, just taking it and building it brick by brick. You know, we like to consider ourselves an art atelier, and that being a space where all creatives can come. We don't like to niche ourselves down to just being a photography studio, even though, you know, we have a lot of photographers through here. My wife's passion is more so photography, editorial production. I only want to say passion. She's so multifaceted. She wears so many hats, but I think, you know, if you know Muse Focus, you see her behind that eye, you know, if a model says she's going to meet Bailey or she's got to shoot with Bailey or Bailey's a creative producer behind that, it's going to be magic behind it. So with that reputation comes all the photography, so people want to do photography in the space. But we have built it brick by brick where people can now see what Act Studio really is in the aspect of an atelier where, you know, we're recording here today. I like to say that you're an artist. This is one form of your artistry. I told the people how you've blessed us on your lyrical side. So that's not boxing you in. You are an artist and you're multifaceted too. And I think that you are a prime example of what you can do within this space if you come in here with the mindset.
I feel that though, because like you said, you don't want to just box yourself into one thing and then just be like, oh yes, that's just that guy who does this,
right?
You know,
right?
Or that's that place that just hosts these events,
right?
You know, because that was what I did with this podcast. I didn't want to just do it with artists, with just rap artists or musical artists. That's why I was like, let me branch out and try to get a photographer on here. Right. And I got a photographer on there. I was like, you know what? Let me try to get a model on here. Right. And I got a model on there. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just keep getting different people.
Fair enough. I mean, it keeps you in a lane of you know, the when you think about fan base, right? Because, you know, you putting this podcast on and however you do your editing and things on the back end, that's one aspect of it. But in order for it to truly, really exist and truly get the motion, as the young kids are saying right now, the motion, that you want, right? You have to have a different range of people on it.
Yeah. It actually is helping, because not only I get to know about other crafts and different knowledge in other fields, but, you know, I get to apply it, and I mean, I record it for people to see. It's good to record it for people to see.
Yeah,
I've been, you know, accepting that. So I'm like, you know, you record this, just keep doing that, all right?
That's you a student to your own game. Hey, some people lose sight of that too. Like, you can't just record and put it out. You got to study what you're putting out there.
You got to study what you're putting out there, make it more professional, so you know people will see it and actually tap in with you, and you know, you can get some more knowledge from other people, you know?
Absolutely, G.
So
absolutely.
It does help. And I got better with my question asking.
Fair enough.
Shit. And talking to people. So it helped in different ways. It helped in different ways. You be on Instagram?
Yeah, man. I feel like, you know, I remember.
Social media?
I'm on social media. I may be showing my age here a little bit, man. I come back from the Bebo days and in the MySpace and you know, moved into the arena of Facebook. Man, I was on Facebook the other day. It was like 20 years ago. I was like, damn. You know, I've been on it for a minute, you know what I mean? And I was on social media platforms before that.
MySpace.
Yeah, G. Yeah. So yeah, I'm on primarily, man, you know, Facebook is more of a family thing. My mom really kept me, you know, may she rest in peace, you know, Tanya. She kept me sort of in the arena of Facebook, you know, since her passing. I'll get on there and dabble, but, you know, Meta, you know, it's a big universe. A lot of people don't know, man, you know, that Meta Instagram connection there, man. It's like if you on one, you on the other. Ain't no way around it.
That is true.
So, yeah. I mean, I dabble with Twitter here and there, but, you know, not too much.
This is like a question off of everything, but is there like a trend that you don't really, what's a trend that's currently annoying you? Like, because there's a lot of trends out there and there's a lot of lies. AI be making up a whole bunch of stuff. People be just feeding and doing stuff just for the content. What's one of them trends that's annoying you? You know,
I got a lot of things that annoy me, and I don't want to sound like an old grumpy guy, right? I think one of the trends that's really annoying me, man, is you know, the evasiveness with these influencers, where, like, you know, you asking certain people a question or you approaching people, I guess more sort of pranks, you know, when you got somebody that's like legitimately grocery shopping, man. You don't know what this individual is going through. You know, this person could be in here spending their last dime to feed their family into the next paycheck, or it could be somebody genuinely minding their damn business that's just out and about and they got to go pick something up, and somebody running a prank on them in the store, man. And, you know, they get, unfortunately, you know, get caught on camera getting out of their body or out of their character, man. And I think it's a very misleading thing for people to chase this thing we call fame. And unfortunately, it's at the demise of someone having a bad day or just losing their cool when they were actually provoked. So I think that's the trend that really upsets me, man. You know, oftentimes I'm scrolling on the internet, dude, and I'll see a prank or this guy doing this, and, you know, you'll recognize the person that's doing the pranks immediately, but you just see this sad person, right? It might not always be a situation where a person is getting angry or something like that, but they get put in a vulnerable situation where it's like, pranks, come on, G.
Yeah, doing the pranks is overrated when you're just doing it just to, like,
clickbait,
get views.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't be doing all that. Like, you don't need to just, like, people will just ask dumb questions just to make people look crazy or just to get that response. Right. You know what I mean? And, like, that shit would irritate me because I'm like, you don't need to make somebody look bad just to make yourself look good.
Absolutely not.
There's tons of ways to make yourself look good without making people look bad.
100%. And
most people see that making people look bad to make them look good is an easier way.
It's a narcissistic behavior. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know, I'm going to capitalize off of this person's one weak moment or intellect. You know, you got the pranks where they like, oh, spell this. You know, you are now going out here trying to make yourself look good in a socially disenfranchised area where you asking this person to spell a certain thing. I mean, you know, you may get a little chuckle out of it because they spelling something wrong or things of that nature, but it's like, why are you doing that? You know, most of the time, oftentimes, it's your own people.
That's true.
You know, it be your own people, as they say.
That is true. That is true. I seen somebody when I was walking in the gas station, and he was another black man. He looked at me. I looked at him. I was like, "What's up?" He looked at me. He was like, right. And then when I walked in the door, he hurried up and closed it right behind me, and right behind him, and just looked at me. I was like, "What's up, bro?" Like, I don't even know you, guy.
Right.
And he just kept looking at me. When I was like, "Be your own people.
Be your own people, man.
On you for no reason."
You know why he probably did that, man? Because you got an aura around you that's a good aura. Some people got this bad dark cloud over them. Some people got this bright loud cloud on them. He probably couldn't process that. This dude just happy to be alive. That's a luxury we take for granted.
That's true. It's like coming home.
Yeah.
You alive. You better be happy that you woke up.
Hey, his loss, man. I think you're a good guy. You said what's up to me, I speak back, brother.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll be saying what's up a lot. That's why I knew not to travel alone. I went to Atlanta and said what's up, and these people was like, "Who the fuck is you?" I was like, "Hold up."
You got to be cognizant of that,
My bad.
man.
Never mind. I take my what's up back. Just keep walking this way.
I will say this, man. Colorado is, and I learned this from the South, man. I went to school in North Carolina. My dad is, my dad Troy is from South Carolina, originally from South Carolina, and I would go down and spend summers with my cousin KC and my aunt Pauline and all them be at the house. And, it's a love language in the South. That what's up, to speak, how you doing. I think a lot of, the term Southern hospitality, I experienced that a lot growing up, but it wouldn't translate well. When I went back home to D.C., I knew it was like a light switch, cut it on and cut it off, because coming from the DMV area, it wasn't, I didn't grow up, impoverished. I didn't grow up, rich. I didn't grow up when my parents was middle class. We just sort of was on that surface where you couldn't really tell if we was rich or poor, man. And I'm grateful for my parents to be able to give us that lifestyle. But in those environments, man, like you just said, what's up could mean a plethora of things.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? What you mean, what's up? You know what I mean? And it's like, no, I'm just saying hello.
I'm just saying hi.
Yeah. And then at that point, you saying hello and hi, they won't put a mark on your back as though you soft. And it's like, nah, I'm just literally I'm speaking, I'm being polite.
I'm just saying hi because we made eye contact. I didn't want to feel weird by just walking by. What's up, bro?
Right.
It's another person. We made eye contact. What's up?
Man. Yeah.
And then they just be like, nah, what you mean?
Right. So you got it, big bro. You got it.
Walk away and be like, never mind.
Yeah.
I feel that. So this question, I only ask a lot of certain people just because it's the brand. Because I'm wearing the shirt, New Effort Every Day. That's the brand that I've made to basically have people grow through creative healing and help their mentality. So I feel like one step you take every day, and either, I wake up and I'll maybe work out for 10 minutes just to wake me up, or I'll write 10 minutes to write, and then, just to wake me up. But between one of those two, I'll do that every day just for a small step. It could be a shitty day where I don't do nothing, a lazy day where I ain't doing nothing. As long as I get those things done in 10 minutes, I'll feel like it's a successful day.
Right.
But what's your new effort every day?
I think my new effort every day, man, I don't pray as much as I should, and I say that because somebody praying for me. I've been in situations where I know I should have made it out. I've been in spaces where I know I should have made it out. I think my new effort every day, if I ain't praying that day, or if I'm not having that conversation, because sometimes conversation with God or a prayer to God is two completely different things. Whatever your God may be, whatever your higher calling may be, so those two things I think are truly two different things. My new effort every day is just to thank Him for waking me up, to go out here and have another chance at it.
I like that.
Every day I think that, and it may not be immediately when I wake up. It might be when I get in that driver's seat before I crank that engine on. I'm thanking Him because I know the dangers that I'm facing. I already faced danger once I cracked that door open. So I made it to my car. So you know what I mean? Now before I pull off, most of the time that's the last chance I get to say thank you for waking me up. Thank you for protecting me. So my new effort every day is to show grace in that regard.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. That's cool as fuck.
Appreciate that,
I like that. That's an important thing to do.
Yeah,
like
man.
You're not promised every day.
You're not promised it, man.
You're not promised a new day.
You're not promised. When I lost my mom, I think it made me more so. I did that prior to her, leaving this earth too, man. When losing her in this vessel form was, the strongest person I knew. I thought that would never happen. I'm like, man, it ain't gonna happen to my mom. She good. She just had a little bad point, and then when you see somebody that strong lose control of their health,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And it puts you in a different perspective of like, I don't give a damn how much I worked out. Healthy people die every day. Yeah. I don't give a damn how good of a person I am. Good people are, unfortunately, victims to tragic events or freak accidents. That's true. It don't matter, man. You know, so you thank them every chance you get to go out here and do it again. Even if it's doing it again is making a mistake. You know,
I think you learn from mistakes.
You learn from
the best way. Like, mistakes are like are blessings in disguise.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
Like, there's a lot of mistakes where I've made where it taught me more than the times that I've actually didn't make a mistake. And I'm like, ooh, let's do it again just like that. And I'm like, no, we can't do it again just like that because that was a one time. You gotta adjust and do it
pivot.
Better. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
I like to use the term, G. If you can walk away from it, then learn from it, then that's a lesson. So every lesson is a blessing. Yeah. You know,
that's a bar.
You know what I'm saying? Every lesson is a blessing, man. So if I can walk away from it and say, damn, I don't want to hit my head again, so I'm a duck next time, or I might not even go that route no more. I learned something in that.
Yeah.
You know, so true. The lesson in that was the blessing that I can go back and now process it and think about it.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. You're a talented dude.
I appreciate that, man. You too. You too.
You got a talent that you hiding from us? What's something that you just do that you keep away from people that you know you're good at?
Well, you know, my core, when I say core, like, you know, my childhood, people that have known me more so than my time in Colorado. A lot of Colorado don't know this about me. Like, I was a child actor, you know, so I grew up, again, like I said, in the DMV area. So I used to be a part of this agency called Shine Time Productions. What? Shout out Mecca. That connection was through my Aunt Teresa, one of her good friends. And I ended up in that talent agency. And my first opportunity that I landed was like an extra on an HBO series, The Wire. So I did a few scenes for them, got a few payments for them. No lines. And, you know, I can tell you, the episode in the season where Kennard got killed in a convenience store, you know, you can spot me in there to my people that really want to go and fact check me. So I did that HBO series, The Wire. I wrote an essay to Steve Harvey back in probably like 2006. And he was running this program called the Disney Dreamers Academy. Yeah. So I flew out to Orlando. I did a little commercial for Angel Soft Tissue. Never aired, you know, filmed that at at Disney World with a couple good guys. Shout out Jared. I don't know if you're watching this, brother, but good to hear from you in spirit, man. So we was the bank robbers, but the money was the Angel Soft Tissue. You know what I'm saying, in the sack. So
that's cool.
Did Angel Soft Tissue. But my real love for acting came from my what is she? I don't want to give her the wrong title, but Miss Van was my acting coach. So I was Bernardo on West Side Story in like 7th or 8th grade. So I really developed a niche for acting then. So I went on from learning and loving being in those type of environments, whether it's a commercial here, a hit HBO series here, and I started to write. So I've actually just recently finished my 3rd book. So I've got 2 published books.
Oh, snap.
Titled Adversity. And it's a crime saga. Not true stories. A lot of people will read them and be like, oh, I know what you was talking about. I may have mixed a little bit in there from what I've experienced in the neighborhood or things of that nature, and put a little theatrics on it. So, so one of my hidden talents is writing. So, hence the Act Studio, man. So we, sometimes I'll have writing sessions in here, things of that nature. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check out your book.
Yeah, and available on Amazon, man. My new audio book. I'm gonna do a different twist on it this time.
Did you do the reading on it?
I'm actually doing a reading on my 3rd book. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. And they're like crime?
Yeah, so it's my first book is Adversity, just adversity within itself, and it's a story about a young man named James who's navigating through life with the loss of both of his parents. And the 2nd book is Adversity 2, A Walk in Her Shoes, based upon a young lady by the name of Sarah. So James is from DC, Sarah's not from Philly. I'm losing my train of thought. Excuse me. Sarah's from Delaware, and they're all interconnected. And then the 3rd book is about James's father, Edgar. So we got James, Sarah, and Edgar, all the 3 people are based around that. I don't want to call it a 3-book series. I'd like to call it a crime saga. Because I just finished my 3rd book, but I think
is there going to be a 4th?
Adversity. Yeah, it'll definitely be a 4th. It'll definitely be a 4th. My 3rd one, man, it closes so many closed chapters within the first 2 books.
Yeah.
Where, you know, a lot of my fans, man, I dropped my first book in 2014. So I'm playing catch up, man. I had writer's block for a couple of years, and I think I'm giving myself an excuse. I just got a little lazy in my artistry.
I mean, it'd be like that.
You know,
I ain't gonna cap. It'd be
so
like that.
I got back into the groove. So all you guys has been waiting to figure out who James's dad was and who his mom was. Book number 3 will tell the tale that you've either speculated on or had no clue.
Heck yeah. That's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm about to go check out these books.
Yeah, for sure.
I like reading too. I'm about to go check them out. They on Google too?
Yeah, man, Amazon. So type it in on Amazon, man. You'll type in Adversity, type my name in. But I definitely see the link after this, man, so you can be able to tap in yourself.
Oh yeah,
bro.
I'm about to put the title on here. I'm about to put the cover on here. Yeah. I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. All right, shout out who you are one more time, where this lovely place is, and shoot, your Instagram so we could tap in with you some more.
For sure, man. Once again, I'm Zach Green, one of the co-owners here at Act Studio, along with my partner, Bailey Murrell. Act Studio is located in Centennial, Colorado, and you can find us on Instagram at Act Denver. That's ACT Denver.
And do your new effort every day. Get your coffee first. Drink this coffee. It's gonna be lovely, and hopefully in some cafes that I'm not gonna name right now because, you know, that's too much information. And do your new effort every day. Like, subscribe on YouTube. Here's Block 105 every Wednesday. And get your new effort every day merch on the website. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Bless, brother.
That's cool. I didn't know you write books.
Yeah,
too.
man.
That's cold as fuck.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Put your hand